Real stay safe shit. You already know what's going on. So we gotta talk about Young Dolph's alleged killer, Straightdropp, basically speaking for the first time on a whole bunch of shit. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and let's run this shit up, man. Alright, so let's go. So Straightdropp, he's like the alleged killer of Young Dolph right now. People are assuming that he is basically the one responsible. The federal, the U.S. Marshals and the police, they basically issued out a statement, and the marshals actually issued out a $15,000 reward for him, basically saying that, like, if anyone has any information on his whereabouts, they'll get $15,000. So they made him the prime suspect. I made a video on it previously talking about how basically he had a lot of prior like allegations of stealing a chain, like a PRE chain from a PRE artist. Also, he was wearing a chain in the video. Him and the people that he was around are connected with the bando where the car was found, and they see the guns that were in the shooting, or guns that basically could be the exact same guns, and a guy that has a Bass Pro Shop hat that was present during the shooting also, allegedly. I mean, it's a similar hat. No one knows if it's the same, but it's just so many coincidences in this situation that kind of drove the internet to accuse him. And then I guess they actually had real evidence in that the cops are issuing his arrest, issuing a statement for his arrest and capture. So he's currently on the run. While on the run, he dropped some shit on Instagram. This is some TK ass activity. I don't know why the fuck you're first. I mean, I guess he says that he's innocent, but I guess that's what he's saying. But if you're innocent, why are you on the run? And then he says that he's gonna turn himself in, which is good, in 48 hours. But he also posts a video that basically talks about how he didn't snitch, because there was a lot of people going around, a lot of blogs and stuff, basically saying that he was apparently let out for some type of thing that happened. I don't know if it was the murder or a shooting or something, but they said that he was let out early for something that was like a heinous charge. So people were assuming that he possibly had some type of, I don't even know where they got this information on. I just saw this on blogs and shit. They didn't really have like a source. They just said, it was one of those stories where they just said that he could have possibly had like some type of cooperation with the feds or something like that. But I didn't really see a source on this. But he posts a video that basically he's trying to say that he wasn't snitching.
He immediately admitted to what he did and said, "You don't need to indict me. I'll agree to my charges." Because he had no record, he was range 1, which is 3 to 6 years. Because there were 3 people involved, he pled guilty to 5 years in prison and agreed not to ask for probation. He agreed to go to prison.
Kraft says because Johnson was so well behaved in prison, he was given probation and released.
After 6 months, he filed a petition to ask for probation because he'd done all these classes and he'd gotten arranged to have a job with a painting company when he got out and done all this, and came to court, and everyone agreed. We didn't even have a hearing. Everyone agreed that he had no record, that he admitted to what he did, and he had done all this stuff while in prison, and they agreed to put him on probation.
Where the judge says that he actually took his sentence, and in doing so, he took his sentence and said that he would take the recommended amount of time in prison, was able to get out 6 months early because he had such good behavior and had a job lined up, so he was able to get out. So that was the whole case with that. And people, I don't know, my first reaction to this is like, why in the fuck are you on Instagram when you are like on the run by the U.S. Marshals, man? Like, this nigga was number 5 on the top 5 of the Memphis, if not the Tennessee most wanted list and shit, and he's on Instagram. That shit is geeking off rip, but at least he's turning himself in and not just like running away and shit. I guess it looks better than if you're running away. He's trying to prove his innocence, so I'm guessing that he's trying to say he's innocent, and hopefully they don't link anything to him. I mean, like, if he's probably going in like this saying that he's innocent, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually low-key innocent. I mean, unless they're fried enough to have taken their phones during this type of situation, if he like even did it or not, allegedly. But say he did or was in the area and they triangulate his phones and can see the location that he was in, then obviously that's not going to be good. But I mean, I don't know though, like, this type, they could search through the records, see which phone is like used in his name and phones in his name, and probably see if there's something close by. But I mean, he's turning himself in, so people are saying that like it could be because it's safer in the jails than out on the streets, because there's probably money on his head by like people that think that he's associated. But like, I mean, he's gotten this far underground and shit. But I wouldn't be surprised, alleged, if someone around them has something to do with it. But I don't really know where they exactly get the connection with him, opposed to like JoJo Splat and like other people that were more blatant with it, that allegedly could have had something to do with it. But it's just like, man, the feds are looking for you, and the man posting on social media and shit, which is this is some surprising behavior. I mean, 2022 is already starting out strong. I wonder if he really did it or not. I mean, I know the whole world is wondering, but it's like, when you look at this situation, he's definitely trying to prove his innocence. So it's not like he doesn't have shit to lose. I mean, like, if he didn't have shit to lose, wouldn't you think that he would just go out in some blazing glory shit, fucking like just try to dodge the feds and everything and like not give a fuck? Like, he must not think that there's enough evidence or some shit. If there isn't enough evidence and it's not him, then it's gonna be crazy, like who exactly they're gonna pick up for it. But I feel like it's in the cops' best interest to try to find someone, because this is a high-profile killing. It could even not be him, and even if it is, he could end up getting wrapped up in it just because of all the association with everything. But really, I feel like the main thing that people really have on him is his alleged beef with Dolph and like the PRE chain that he had and stuff like that, and like dropping a video. But I feel like there's more evidence on other people that are associated, like CEO Bobby, and he had the actual car that was used in the getaway allegedly, and I don't know if they have any evidence inside there, like shell casings or anything that proves that it was them. But that is definitely a person of interest, like in JoJo Splat, because of like the whole videos and the niggas with the fucking Bass Pro Shop hat and the guns and shit. So it's gonna be interesting what happens in the case, man. Like, I don't know, honestly, I'm kind of getting a feeling that Straightdropp might low-key, who knows, he could be innocent or could have done it and didn't have enough evidence or anything. But I don't know, it's interesting to see, and hopefully we get some type of answer soon. But real stay shit, that's my take on this shit. So like, comment, subscribe, help me run this shit up. Let's go.